Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead. So this is going to be from the 4th to the 11th of March 2024. If you want to book in a reading, there's a brand new website with lots of reading choices on, and you can also pay in all different methods. Like the video, comment, tarot coaching, you can book a face-to-face all on the website in the description or comment section, and you can also join the tarot coaching where there's lots of options. We're going to be doing lots of content. So there's a lot coming through for you this week, but I feel like a big message is definitely around anxiety when it comes to the long term, when it comes to a certain person. So you might be in a relationship or you might be in a marriage, but this is definitely something to do with leaving an old life for a new one, okay? So we do have the Two of Cups, so this could be a marriage, it could be a relationship. I feel like for some of you Leos, it's to do with the future of a relationship with a certain person. So someone you've been dating, for example, you're wondering, where's this going? You know, is there a long-term future here? Does this person want a long-term future? Some of you have got a lot of anxiety when it comes to this connection. Okay. So for the Leo man, you might have an air sign woman. It could be a Gemini. I'm also getting someone who's putting spell work on someone or trying to break a connection up. So maybe you feel like someone's doing this to you, or you could be doing this to somebody else. I do think someone is working behind the scenes to break up a connection. There's some kind of betrayal that is taking place with the Ten of Swords, okay? There definitely is. There's some kind of unhanded backstabbing or betrayal. It could also be cheating that's going on in the background. Okay, what are we seeing for Leos this week? What else are we seeing for Leos? The Four of Swords reversed. So some of you, a connection can't be healed and you need to move on from it. I feel like some of you, when it comes to your career, there's something to do with Leo questioning the path that they're on. Is this the right career? Is this the right person? Especially for those who've been in a relationship for a long time. Should we heal this or should we let it go? For those who've been sleeping with someone and quite tortured, I don't think there's a long-term future here. Because you had the Hermit flip out, and the Hermit reversed is there's no long-term future with that person, okay? Yeah, like there's nothing to put effort into, there's nothing to invest into. And the Seven of Pentacles is you. So I do think for some of you Leos, you need to stop investing in a certain person because you're just not going to get the long-term future with this person. Queen of Wands reversed. So this is for Leos who are deeply, deeply frustrated, okay? The Queen of Wands reversed is very, very frustrated. So this is for Leos who are frustrated. They've been working really hard. They've been putting in a lot of effort. Some of you, it's your career or a job. I feel like with the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is about something has hit its ending. Like something is more grief and more pain than it is fun anymore if it's a connection. When it comes to the career, it feels like a backstab, it feels like a kick in the teeth when it comes to how much you've given to these people and how little you've got back in return. So yous are coming up as the Queen of Wands reverse this week. This is angry, triggered, frustrated. Queen of Wands reverse can be depleted. So feeling like the energy you're giving, you're not getting back. This can be a marriage or a relationship where it's you're frustrated, like you've tortured your heart and your soul and your mind over this connection. You might have done everything you could to make it work, but it's just not working. Don't try and revive it. I feel like something is dead, it's done. The passion's done for a career or a person, and it just needs to end. I understand, I think a lot of people feel frustrated because a lot of decent people have given their lives to certain people or certain causes, and it can be really frustrating to see the lack of results and just kind of how bad that can be. But yeah, I think for some of you Leos, it's just time for a new road. It's time, you know, for freshness, newness, a new road, okay? 3 of Wands reversed. The passion just isn't there in a job anymore. The passion just isn't there in a love life anymore, a career anymore. I think there's some kind of Mercury retrograde coming up because I just don't feel right. I keep trying to say things and other things are coming out. It could also be a situation like that where one person's saying one thing, the other's saying another. Someone's saying something but they mean another. Um, but I do think it's time for you to drop something. That's what I'm getting this week. Like, it's time just for you. This is all you. 7 is Leo, Queen of Wands is Leo, 3 of Wands. Like, this is all you. I feel like the message here is it's time to, something just isn't good for your future. Now, some years it's going to be your love life, some years it's going to be your career. Stop pulling tarot cards. Like, I feel like some years have been going to tarot card readers, or you've been doing some kind of spell work, or you've been doing some kind of love spells or some shit like that. I feel like as well there's a message for some of you, like you're thinking about doing that. So you're thinking about going to some kind of coach who does this work, but I wouldn't. It'll just backfire. Yes, this is someone, it could also be someone who's done this to you, so it could be someone who's trying to sabotage you, it could be someone who with the Ten of Swords can be like voodoo, it can be breakup spells, it can be causing problems in your career, it can be causing problems in your love life. I am getting that someone has been doing that. But you will have to approach the right coach for you and see what they get around that. But yeah, definitely I do get that. Okay. And then you have people who work in the shadows who don't do this type of work. They just work in the shadows to sabotage you, your reputation. Maybe they've got a crush on your man and they work to get him over to her side or his side. So you get plenty of devils who work in the shadows and they're not doing any kind of dark work. Okay, what else are we seeing for Leos this week, please? Yeah. I feel like with the shop reversed, I feel like some of you need to stop getting distracted. So this also comes down to your career. Some of you are basically confusing yourself when it comes to your future. I feel like you need to choose something and stick to it. Okay, stop confusing yourself with a million different options and just choose one thing that you can make money from, that you can get good at to make the bag. You're overthinking too much, that's what I'm getting. The Ten of Swords person is ruminating at night, they're overthinking, should I leave the job, should I leave this, they're overthinking. When it comes to your love life and the person you're dealing with, you need to ask yourself, can this person provide the kind of happiness and love that I want? Or am I just holding on because I don't want to have to start again? There's something with that as well, something about having to start again. And so we tend to hold on to the old things when we don't want to start again. But some of you Leos, you're going to have to. You're going to have to drop this person and just accept that they're not going to be the person who's going to fulfill you. Some of you, when it comes to your career, you're going to have to accept that you're just not going to grow in this place. And some of you, it's to do with you've been going from thing to thing, and you need to just choose something and stick to it and put the work into it, and you'll see the results. So I do think for some of you Leos, it's more about like your own investments. In other words, it's more your own choices. Like, you're making choices to invest in things that are burning your energy out, depleting you, pulling you down. They're not building security, they're not building stability. Something about your energy being everywhere as well. But when we invest in things that are not good for us, they often pull at our energy and deplete our energy. And some of you are going through a dark night of the soul. See the way this person is looking in the mirror and they just don't recognise themselves anymore. But that's also a message I'm getting as well. I'm getting that someone's shadow is triggered by the kind of treatment that they're receiving in a job or a relationship, and that's why this Queen of Wands is coming up reversed. There's something to do with someone doing dark work as well, though, that has come up here. This for me is like, shadow, it can be voodoo. The Queen of Wands reverse can be someone who works in this type of realm as well, because Queen of Wands upright is very bright, she's an example, whereas the Queen of Wands reversed is someone who dabbles in the darkness, she sabotages reputations, she's nasty, she's a cheater, she's a liar. She'll do anything to win. If it means breaking people up, if it means doing dark work, she'll do anything to win. So make sure that that's not you. This can also be someone who wants revenge as well, though. So this can be someone who wants revenge because something that's been done to them, but you're being told don't. It's not worth it. Okay. The Five of Wands upright would be combat. It would be fighting, sending bad energy. This reversed. Let karma do it. But I do think for the vast majority of Leos, it's definitely just to do with there's a dead end. There's a dead end, and I do think there's fear to start again, to move. Some of you have been in this relationship for years. You've been in this career for years. And maybe the Queen of Wands, sometimes the Queen of Wands can be someone who lacks confidence. So this can be someone who lacks confidence to start again. Even though they're not happy, they feel imprisoned, they're going through darkness, they're hiding a lot of what they're feeling, the frustration. This person can be scared to start again. Okay, so let's get you some fortune telling messages. But I do get this reading to be a lot around you're not living through your authentic self, because the Ace of Wands reverse would be exactly that. And when a person doesn't live through their authentic self, they're just going to become frustrated. They're just going to become, when you don't express yourself authentically, when you don't live in your truth, it's just going to, eventually it's going to catch up with you. And some of years, again, this is inner childhood work that needs to be healed. But some years, it's all about growing up. No more immaturity. Okay? It's all about taking a new road, growing up, choosing the business you want to do. Some of you are going to leave your career and start a whole new career, and at first it's going to be scary, but on the other side you're going to be so glad you did. Betrayals can be good, enemies can be great. Because often our enemies reveal a lot to us about ourselves, but also they can pull down illusions in our own life and help us build much better. So those people who didn't value you at work, that man, that woman, whoever it is, in time you will actually see the benefit. Okay, so we got the lilies, okay, and lilies represent death. So something needs to die. This can also be a person who feels dead inside. They're living but they feel dead inside. Then we've got the book. I think it's time to start a new chapter. So the book is, it's time to start a new chapter. I'm also getting someone who's starting to basically pick up witchcraft books. They want to dabble in the occult, sorcery, or stuff like that. I think with the Ace of Wands reversed, you're being advised against it. Again, it's up to you. This is your destiny. It's your karma. But you're being advised against it. Don't push or grasp for what you want. Let life come to you and flow through you. So some of you have been trying to figure things out. You've been overthinking, and they're saying stop pushing and grasping. Let life come to you. Let what's meant for you come to you, and it'll come to you in signs. It'll come to you in the words that people use. I feel like this reading is more for the Leos who are really frustrated. It's not a reading for Leos who've really got it together. Except you don't lack for anything. The whole world belongs to you. But you do need to do the work, and that's what I'm getting here. The whole world belongs to you when you sit down, decide what you want, and then put the work in to get it. Okay, being in water this week will be really, really good for you. See the way this woman is swimming, maybe taking a last minute holiday, maybe taking a break from work. If you can't do that, go to the swimming bath, spend a lot of time in water, maybe a spa. Surrender to the pulse that moves you towards your creative destiny, a life of great purpose. This is also connecting with people who are creative. This can be collaborations, could be a podcast, could be whatever. Meditate to dispel all fears and become a beautiful, enchanting, magnetic person. Okay? You've boxed yourself into that you can only be in one relationship. You've boxed yourself into you can only be in one career. But life is a bit like nature. Humans are like nature. We must regenerate. We must recreate ourselves over time. Okay. And the last message is you will climb that mountain and then the next, which will bring great joy. So they're telling you, even though life feels a challenge right now, like things feel like a burden, they're saying you will climb that mountain and then the next, and it will bring you great joy. So it's where a person learns to enjoy challenges. They learn to enjoy the terrain of life, because life is not a straight path to success. It's a lot of uphill, you know. Believe me, take it from someone who knows, every time I get up on the next rung, I just get booting the fuck back down, and then I get back up and then they boot me the fuck back down. Oh, it's crazy. But it is funny at the same time. Most people, they stay in the same place, they talk the same shit, they see the same people. They never test themselves. There's no glory in that. There's safety. But it's also often leads to this. It leads to people who are deeply salty, bitter, resentful, because, you know. Now again, I'm not judging people. Some people spend their whole life in the same place, and do you, but I don't think the human is designed for that. I don't. And you're really being tested, but I feel like on the other side of this mountain, at the top of this mountain, you'll be so glad that you did say, no, I'm not going to stay numb. I'm not going to stay idle. I'm not going to shut up and put up. I'm going to do what needs to be done until I just feel great happiness and liberation, you know. And they want one more. And then we've got the bouquet. So this is flowers, so this is about blooming. So if you think of a bouquet of flowers, they're very beautiful, they bloom, they're very beautiful. So I think what it's saying is some of your most beautiful moments are yet to come. But see, people want the beautiful moments, they want the love, they want the empire, they want the power, and then they sit doing nothing. You've got to walk the mountain together. If I want to see the horizon, I can't stay at the bottom. I must climb up the mountain to the top to see the wonders of the earth. I must do the work to get to the top. And so, get your fucking walking shoes on, Leo. Stop talking. No one's listening. Let's go, okay? You've got it in you. But I feel like this reading this week is for Leos who are really struggling and kind of at a turning point in their life, and they're kind of confused, and, you know, think of it like a great tsunami or tornado. It comes and destroys everything in its path, and you kind of feel destabilised for a long time. Eventually things go back to settled and you'll get through it, you know. So that's life. Humans try to be one setto, they try to stay the same, and it catches them out. It actually kills them. And even if it doesn't kill them physically, it kills them inside. Humans were not designed for what humans are doing now. We must be moving, we must be testing, we must be growing, because if we don't, we die before we die. So embrace this opportunity, even though it's testing. I understand when your life comes to the floor, when a relationship ends, when a career, I know, it's, trust me, I get it, sister, okay, more than you know, okay, but yeah, and what they said about you will climb this mountain and then the next, like, life is always going to throw spanners in the works. It's always going to, every time you think you're up, it's going to bring something to put you right back on your ass, and that's part of the joy, you know, because if we were happy all the time, that actually becomes misery. If you're too happy and you're too comfortable, you actually become miserable. It's in the challenges of life that you actually get happiness. So, but yeah, yours is all about don't worry, God's got a plan, the universe has got a plan. But I do think some of you have been trying and testing too many things, and you just need to choose one thing and commit to it, or at least two. So I get this around like hustles and all stuff like this. It's time to pick one hustle, one motherfucking thing, and just go all in. Okay, and that means slogging it out, staying the course, staying committed. I think some of you are not getting success because you keep bouncing from thing to thing. You keep dabbling, you're too distracted take one or two things, fully focus, and you'll get the success you want. If you want to book coaching, if you want to book a face-to-face, if you want to book a personal so I can look at your personal situation, it's in the video, it's in the description underneath the video. There's definitely a motherfucking Mercury retrograde coming. Great. Just add that into the soup. And like the video, comment, join the membership, and I'll speak to you soon.